All right, guys, we have a data download for part 1 of the GDC. Of course, it's already been leaked. They'll be getting GT for part 2, but we have a ton of content coming in this data download. Majority of it coming tomorrow, of course, when the GDC starts. The banners drop. You can let me know down in the comments who you'll be summoning for first. Hopefully your summons go well. I want that Rose and Zamasu. I need that in my life. But as always, I will leave the link down in the description for Proton with providing this as always. So we do have the GDC 2025 movie, which should play when you log on to the game. And then, of course, we have all of the new units being the Carnival, LR, Rose, and Zamasu, the Dokkan Fest, LR, SSB Goku, and SSB Vegeta. They're both strength, so I highly expect both Omega Shenron and whoever the Carnival LR for part 2 to be AGL. We get an AGL Champa, which I know a lot of you already know this, but when I woke up and saw this after watching the Dokkan now, I was really surprised that that is going to be the side banner unit, not say a Trunks or a Beerus or a Mai. Champa. So I'm curious to see what he's going to do. Of course, we've got the Goku Black Rose clones, which come from the event, which is basically the free-to-play equivalent of, or the free-to-play team equivalent to the free-to-play Metal Cooler team, where you had basically all different versions of him with different typings. So kind of sick we're getting one of those. Hopefully they're pretty good. And we're also getting Giant Goma, who is a boss, more than likely for the stage 15 of the Dragon Ball Daima stage. Still really curious as to when we're finally going to get Daima content in the game, because now would have been the best time to do it and the most hype, and we're still not getting it. So I'm really confused. So we've got the Transcendent Embodiment of Fury, which I'm pretty sure that is the free-to-play event where you're going to get all these Goku Black Rose clones from. We get an easy area for Zero Mortal's Plan Stage 3, which will be for the free-to-play Goku Black Zamasu unit, who will be super easying. Really intrigued to see what he does as well. Hopefully he's usable in difficult content. We're getting stages 10 to 11 of Divine Wrath and Mortal Will, so we're adding to that. Of course, Dragon Ball Daima Stage 15. New Dokkan event, Showdown Furious Saiyan Fighters, which of course you're going to collect the medals to Dokkan Awaken these guys. Seriously Serious All Out Battle Stage 3. Make sure you're grinding that. I wonder how difficult that's going to be. We're getting Special Battle 2025. And of course, we're also getting super easy A's for both Fizz, SSB, Vegito, and AGL Rose, who both look so good. Honestly, the game has come full circle that they're back in the game. And probably better than they were on release. I know it's a whole different meta or a whole different time, but they are crazy good. I really hope I get Rose and Zamasu so I can run them with the AGL one. We're getting Battlefield 90, which of course they already said in the Dokkan now is going to be a special version where you only need 5 teams. So we'll see how that plays. We're getting a new burst mode for Showdown Furious Saiyan Fighters as well. And then we've got banner assets, tickets, trade jewels, wallpaper, new title screen, new random login. We've got new summon animations as well, which I love when they add summon animations. Big fan, can't wait to see those. And we've got new idol animations as well for Broly and also Rose. However, it doesn't apply to all Roses. It's just the brand new one. I think it's because majority of the other Roses, their sprite has Rose with the sword. So I think that's why the sprites are different, because they literally differ, whereas this one has a whole pose, which you will see shortly. And then if we scroll down, we can find all these assets. Like, we've got Mini Goku and Goma in the game with, like, story mode assets, story assets. When are we going to get them summonable, please, Dokkan? Please? Like, just when? When? So we've also got a brand new support memory, which is 2 Zamasus, which will be Worldwide Chaos category allies key +1, attack and defense +20% in battle, and for 7 turns from the start of battle. Key +2 for allies whose name includes Zamasu or Goku Black. Not bad at all. And then if we carry on scrolling, of course, we've got the super easy A medals, etc, the brand new battlefield, the burst mode. Here is the banner assets. I can't lie, these banners are looking juicy, succulent even. We've got the Trio Super Saiyan unit, the Fizz one. We've got Beast, who funny enough is still usable. And of course, the 10th anniversary LRs are indeed returning. So we have Gogeta featured on this banner. So in part 2, on Omega Shenron's Dokkan Fest banner, that is where Vegito will be. So they are returning. These banners are going to look very good. Champa, of course, of the side banner unit. And on the Carnival LR banner, of course, we have Rose, we have Tech Broly, we have Frieza, SSBE, and we also have Gogeta. Pretty stacked looking Carnival LR banner. I know everyone, including myself, is still really disappointed they made Rose and Zamasu the Carnival LR. Extreme Units really did need it more, and Super Boss as a lead. Other things were needed rather than Super Bosses just yet, but 220 lead Super Bosses, I guess. It's there. It's there. There's some good units that can go on that team, but it is looking like a very stacked Carnival LR banner. Of course, we have the global ticket as well, which can be used to perform summons, where you can use this ticket. So more than likely, the way these ones will work is you summon, you then get the tickets, they go to your box, you then claim them, you can then do summons on a ticket banner. And then we've got the Dokkan Festival 1 ticket summons, which will be for the Super Saiyan God Goku. Actually, no, these should be that. So this should be for a special banner, should I say. And then Premium Dokkan Festival ticket as well, which I'm guessing these are the ones you buy from the stone packs. And then we have the one from the Carnival LR banner, and then the premium one, which is where you can buy a special stone pack and get that. We're getting a trade jewel called the Global Coin, a coin collectible during the Global Dokkan campaign. You probably take these into the barbershop and exchange them for resources, whether that's going to be stones, kais, training items, etc, etc, those probably things. Trade jewels, we're getting a new UR Premium Dragonstone number 5, which is a special Dragonstone you can acquire when purchasing Dragonstones that we always typically get on major celebrations. And of course, we get the LR Premium Dragonstone 5, which is the LR equivalent. So really intrigued to see the lineup for that. And of course, we've got the red coins, we've got the teal coins. We're getting a new wallpaper, which I think this looks pretty cool. I think Vegeta and Goku look pretty dope on that. And then we have new title screens coming as well. All that good kind of stuff that we usually get. We got the new random login, which of course is essentially probably going to work. I don't remember their names, but you have the one where Gohan chops down trees. The Ginyu Force, where you can get anything from lucky to super lucky and just get some extra stones on login. Those are always quite fun. And here's the new summon animations, which I'm really intrigued to seeing. So we have the usual cut-ins of Goku from Super. How do they differ? Oh, that really didn't look too different at all. Zamasu cuts in. That's from the Int LR. That's pretty cool. And then they beam clash essentially, and we go straight into VB and everything. Oh my god, I like that. I know they're just reused animations, but I really like that a lot. The clash with Fusion Zamasu is sick. Really, really sick. I love how they basically make them beam struggle almost. Which I'm really hoping, speaking of Int LR Zamasu, I'm really hoping he's going to ease in this celebration. Please give it to me. Do you know how well that rotation with Rose and Zamasu would work? And it's probably going to be where it cuts him in Versus J3. I really like that. Again, I know it's just one of his animations playing out from his super attack, but I really like that a lot. It's the little things. Honestly, it is just really the little things in life. It's the simple things. Sometimes you just have to appreciate them. And that's that into a screen break. Are we going to get any special Zamasu screen breaks? Maybe, please? Oh, we get my boy Jeets. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm a fan of that. I'm a fan of that. That's me seeing the Jeet screen break. That looks sick. That looks sick. I like those. I like those a lot. So we've got new idol animations for Z Broly. So we've got a base one. I mean, cool. It's nothing special. I guess that will apply to the Carnival LR. And then we got him looking all beefed up and everything. Those look good. I like those. I like those. And then we got new idol animations for the brand new units. We got Blue Goku. I like that. That looks really nice. The sprite looks dope. The Super Saiyan Blue aura looks really nice. I mean, they always do a good job with the auras on the idol sprites. And then the same for Jeets, right? Yeah, really clean. I like that a lot. I really do like that. Then we have Zamasu. Anything flashy? No, he's just poised. He's ready to go. Rose. He looks divine. Oh, he looks so good. I like that. And this is probably why the other Roses don't have idol updates, or the idol animations aren't applied to them, because this one doesn't have the sword. So that's probably why. We got anything else down here apart from scripted assets, or is that going to be everything? That looks to be everything. So I said a bunch of content coming in this data download, literally that happened today. And if we head over to the schedule, we have a lot of stuff coming. So, of course, in 3 days' time, so for me, it's 6 o'clock in the morning on the 10th. So a lot of you probably on the 9th in the evening time, we are getting the Super Easy A's for AJL Rose and Fizz SSBE. Or not SSBE, Fizz Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. Then literally tomorrow, actually I say it is tomorrow, but it's literally at 2 in the morning. You can actually start grinding for the free-to-play Rose clones, which I really like. This is such a sick idea. You know, I just like to have them as a novelty, especially because I like Rose so much. Of course, we got Champa, and then we've got the LRs as well. And then also tomorrow, these dropping at 2 o'clock in the morning. I can't summon at 2 o'clock in the morning, Dokkan. What are we doing? I don't know what I'm going to do. I might either have to try and summon and just be quiet, or I'm going to have to just wait until I wake up tomorrow. Because what do you mean the battles drop at 2 o'clock in the morning? Dokkan, what are you doing to me? Okay, so we're getting a lot of content tomorrow. So let's pull up the clones and see how much they differ and how good they are for free-to-play units. And then I'm also going to grab Champa, because I haven't actually looked at what he does yet. And we'll also pull up these, because while I do know what they do, I haven't actually given my 10 pence piece on them yet. So starting with the clones, which I assume these are the ones that we're going to be using. Are they the exact same? I'm not actually overly sure. I think the ones that are all the same are the ones you want. Oh, there's actually just kind of no difference. Okay. One's per clone and Future Saga. No, they're actually all the same. Okay, I mean, we'll carry on. So the Fizz one, we're looking at raising attack and then massive raise defense for 1 turn. I'm pretty sure that's a stack. Causes supreme damage to the enemy. 50% chance of a super attack transforming for supreme power. Okay, got you. So on super attack, they can transform, and that's where the other models, or that's where the other card arts come from. Got you. So as the second or third attacker in a turn at the start of turn, changes keys Fizz to Fizz per Future Saga category L on the team. 40% attack and defense up to 200. Of course, the idea is you run all of these clones on one team. Damage reduction rate 6% up to 30%. Per Future Saga category L, whose name includes clone on the team. Full team. 20% attack and defense up to 100%, and damage reduction rate 4% up to 20%. So that means by running this full clone team on this Fizz one alone, you can have 50% damage reduction, which on a free-to-play unit is actually really nice. When the team includes all 5 extreme types, 150 attack and defense, all allies 30% defense for 2 turns, also very nice. 1 or more Fizz keys sphere, you have guaranteed guard. Then when attacking with 12 or more key, 200% attack and defense. Attacks are effective against all types. I like this. This one already looks very, very good. You know, we've got a ton of damage reduction by having all the clones on the team. Support lasting 2 turns. Guard with 1 or more Fizz key sphere. I'm liking these already. So the strength one is massively raise attack and then raise defense for 1 turn. So that's 100% attack raise, 30% defense for the turn. And then again, 50% chance of a super attack transforming for supreme power. As the second or third attacker in a turn, Fizz to strength orbs per Future Saga category on the team. Pretty much the exact same here. The difference being 15% crit up to 75%. And then per Future Saga category ally, whose name includes clone on the team. 30% attack up to 150. Chance to crit 5% up to 25%. So with this combined, you're looking at guaranteed crit. And then when the team includes all 5 extreme types, 150 attack and defense, and then 150 attack and defense when attacking a superclass enemy. With 1 or more strength orb obtained, guaranteed additional super. When attacking with 12 or more key, 200% attack and defense, and 20% damage reduction. And then that guaranteed additional. Yeah, this Rose is meant to be the damage dealer. I see you. And then on the int one, we've got a 50% attack and defense raise for 1 turn. Raises allies defense by 15% for 2 turns. And that 50% chance to transform. And then as the second or third attacker in a turn, tech to int orbs. And then per Future Saga category ally on the team, we have the usual 200% attack and defense. And then all allies 8% attack and defense up to 40%. And then per Future Saga category ally, whose name includes clone on the team, 20% attack and defense up to 100%. All allies 6% attack and defense up to 30%. So this is going to be the support Rose of the team. When the team includes all 5 extreme types, 150 attack and defense, and a scouter. And that is permanent as well. As long as you have all 5 extreme types, which naturally you're going to do running this free-to-play team, you have a guaranteed scout. That's really nice. Any ESBR, SBR missions that come up, this team's going to be really good for, where you can use Rose units. Then with 1 or more int keys for obtained, 10% HP recovery, something like. When attacking with 12 or more key, 200% attack and defense, and also guard. Really, really nice. I'm liking these units a lot. And then on the tech one, another 50% attack and defense for the turn. Also has seal. As the second or third attacker in the turn, we'll change AGL to tech orbs. Per Future Saga category ally on the team, we have the standard 200% attack and defense. All enemies minus 8% attack and defense, no more than 40%. Per Future Saga category on the team, includes Clone on the team, is 20% attack and defense up to 100%. All enemies attack and defense minus 6%, no more than 30%. When the team includes all 5 extreme types, 150 attack and defense interrupts the attacked enemy. Then with 1 or more tech keys for obtained, damage reduction of 40% when receiving an attack from an enemy who is hit by the character's super attack. Then when attacking with 12 or more key, 200% attack and defense, 200% attack and defense again when it target enemies in the following status: 60% HP or less, debuffed attack, debuffed defense, stunned, or sealed. I'm guessing that's meant to be. In terms of this one, I think so far this is probably the worst one. That's not to say the tech one is bad. I'm not overly bothered about decreasing the enemy stats. It's nice, I guess, but you don't really notice it. However, this bit down here, very, very nice. And then moving on to Champa. Really like those Rose clone units. They are very good free-to-play units. So on super attack, he's going to greatly raise attack and defense by 50% for 1 turn, cause supreme damage to the enemy, and greatly lower attack by 30%. He starts with 166% attack and defense, chance to crit and damage reduction 22%, Realm of Gods or Universe 6 category allies key +2, and 66% attack and defense. Really nice support, by the way. Don't forget, you can actually run this Champa with Dokkan Fest hit, and he can benefit from that support. And also, if you have them, Carnival, LR, Kale, and Caulifla. So this Champa is actually a pretty nice unit for the support towards Universe 6. And of course, the new Goku and Vegeta. When all allies attacking in the same turn, or Realm of Gods or Universe 6, 166% attack, chance to crit and damage reduction rate of 22%, randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to rainbow key spheres, won't change AGL Fizz excluded though. However, that is a combined total of 44% damage reduction. For a floater unit, not bad. For every key sphere obtained, defense 111% up to 666%. Damn, okay, I see you. That could be quite fun. 6 or more key spheres obtained, chance to crit and damage reduction rate of 22%. So if you can get yourself 6 key spheres, not only do you get all of this, you then get a total of 66% damage reduction. Again, Champa is going to be a slot 3 unit. I actually quite like him a lot. Seems like a lot of fun to use. And then when attacking with 12 or more key, 166% attack, 66% chance of attack and defense of 166, and 6% chance of attack of 1,666%. He seems like a lot of fun to use. A bit gimmicky, but I do like the support he does provide to Realm of Gods and especially Universe 6. And if you can get everything ticked off and going, 66% total damage reduction. I would probably feed him dodge though in the hidden potential system just to be safe. But I do actually like him as a side banner unit. First, we're actually going to do the Goku Black. So he is a super easy A, so we'll ignore these because they're not changed. So he will end up starting with 159% attack and defense, changes Fizz Orbs to Strength Orbs, launches an additional attack. There's a 50% chance to become a super attack. We're only getting debuff on here, but I suppose some extra damage is always going to be nice. Superclass enemies minus 30% attack and defense. Extreme class allies 40% attack and defense. If he is usable in some difficult content, he will also combine his support with the Rose and Zamasu support, and then also the super easy AGL Rose support as well. So a good amount of support flowing through this team. For 4 turns from the character's entry turn, 20% damage reduction. When there is a Future Saga category enemy, or when all allies attacking in the same turn are extreme class characters, you have key +3, chance to crit and damage reduction rate of 40%, guaranteed additional super, which again, I know you're not getting anything on this apart from a debuff, which can be useful in some events where you can actually debuff. The extra damage is nice. However, for 4 turns, you could actually have 60% damage reduction on a free-to-play super easy A. So, big fan of that. For every attack received, key +2 up to 10, and then when attacking with 12 or more key, 159% attack and defense. When attacking with 18 or more key, 159% defense. And then when the target enemies in the following status, 59% HP or less, they are attack down or defense down, you get 159 attack and a guaranteed crit. Then after delivering a final blow, which I was never a fan of on Rose units, but it is what it is, attack and defense and a chance to dodge of 59%. The only reason why I say this isn't too bad to trigger is typically this free-to-play Goku Black will be in slot 3, so maybe there might be a bit more of a slight chance for you to do that. Not a lot, but a little bit. But overall for a free-to-play super easy, I think he looks pretty good. And I think while not being great for like difficult content, you could maybe, if you kept him safe, and especially if you do use items, you could actually get away with using him in difficult content as long as he doesn't get his shit rocked. But then, of course, everyone's already seen these, but as I said, I do kind of want to chuck my 10 pence piece in there. In terms of Rose and Zamasu, they look amazing. This is a 220 lead. A flat 220 leader skill with key +4 is very nice, but for super bosses, no. We didn't need a 220 lead super boss just yet. Like, the category isn't bad, don't get me wrong. It probably wasn't the best move on a Rose. Like, I know we have Kale and Caulifla who are very good, but the problem is with super bosses, while we do have some pretty good units, it doesn't have a lot of synergy. It needs quite a few things to tie it together. You know, Jiren's still quite solid, aged a bit. Selmax, you can kind of say the same thing for, especially with this 9th anniversary Broly. Unfortunately, this guy, as much as I would love to use him with all the Rose units, I mean, maybe he could be slightly used with all the support and brought back, but probably not too much. He doesn't really fit in here. Until we find out if he gets an easy A, he's not usable. He's buffed during the celebration, so he's actually an option. Broly, Chile, and Lemo, not so much unless you're getting the 7 orbs to get dodge, so if you want to take that risk, go for it. And then we have Dokkan Fest Hit. And then depending on who you're facing, you can use the base Easy A Caulifla, but again, that just all depends on who you're facing. It just didn't really need a 220 leader skill just yet. I mean, we could have had 220 lead for Future Saga. We could have had a 220 lead maybe for Realm of Gods. 220 lead for Worldwide Chaos. That would have been a big one. What else? 220 lead for Power of Wishes. I mean, there was a few in here we could have had instead, if we're being completely honest. But in terms of the actual kit, I said big fan. 12 key, you got a greatly raised attack and then raised defense for 1 turn. So this is going to be a 50% stack. And then, no, this isn't going to be a 50% stack. This is going to be a 50% attack raise for 1 turn and a 30% defense raise for 1 turn. Does lower attack. This is a 50% stack. And then causes Megaloss damage to the enemy. Raises allies attack by 60% for 1 turn, which is quite nice. And then 200% attack and defense at the start of turn. Receive an additional key +2 per keys for obtained. 8% attack and defense, and attacks are effective against all types. Allies whose name includes Goku Black, which the majority of the team will. Especially with Easy A's and Super Easy A's. So very nice support for Goku Black units. Per extreme ally or Future Saga category ally on the team, you will get 50% attack and defense up to 150. Chance to crit and damage reduction rate of 20% up to 60%. And then when all allies attacking in the same turn are extreme class characters, or there is another from the Future Saga category ally attacking in the same turn, also guaranteed guard to go with your 60% damage reduction, which is great. And then when activating the active skill or when attacking with 18 or more key, that's another 200% attack. An additional attack, there's a 70% chance to become a super attack. Then receiving an attack, an extra 180 defense. And then starting from the 4th turn, you can exchange with Zamasu. So a very strong unit, both offensively and defensively. Some nice support for Goku Black units. And a very good slot 1 option. So also this support can apply to the remainder of the rotation. And you don't really get to miss out on all the other units picking it up. Then we have his active skill, which massively raises attack temporarily, causes ultimate damage to the enemy. All attacks become guaranteed crits. And then Super Boss category allies, attack and defense plus 15%. An additional defense of 10% for characters who also belong to the Future Saga category for 4 turns. So maybe, just maybe, fingers crossed, I hope so, because I do love Rose, the Fizz Dokkan Fest can have a little bit of a comeback with this brand new Rose and Zamasu. Who knows? Hopefully. I'm not expecting anything major, but just hopefully he can make somewhat of a comeback, as I said. But then when we exchange into Zamasu, he does greatly raise attack and defense by 50% for 1 turn, cause gloss damage to the enemy, does lower defense by 40%, by the way, which is quite nice when you can utilize it. Will massively raise attack and defense by 100% and recover 20% HP on super. Can perform the reversible exchange with Goku Black. Key +7, attack and defense plus 200%, 50% chance to crit, guaranteed guard. Then when attacking, 200% attack and defense, Future Saga category, extreme class allies, 10% damage reduction. Then when activating the active skill or when attacking with 20 or more key, that's another 200% attack and defense and a guaranteed additional super. 300% attack and defense, guaranteed crit, and also recovers 6% of damage dealt as HP when 60% or less. So Zamasu is getting a ton of stats when you exchange into him, and also does also look very strong, both offensively and defensively. I just think Rose is the better side of the kit, which I'm definitely not complaining about because I love Rose. especially because he does have damage reduction, he does have guard, he provides a support for Goku Black units. He just has a bit extra that I prefer that he's providing the team. His active skill when you fuse into Fusion Zamasu will massively raise attack temporarily, cause ultimate damage to the enemy, and then you'll gain Ki +4, 40% attack in battle, and this can be activated upon entering the next attacking turn. So overall, both kits very, very good. Definitely do prefer the Rose side just because it does offer more. Then we have the Blue Goku and Vegeta, who do give Future Saga or Fuse Fighters Ki +3, HP +200%, and attack and defense +170, plus an additional HP attack and defense +50%. The characters also belong to Bond of Parent and Child, final trump card. Because of this leader skill of Future Saga and also Bond of Parent and Child, and then not only the active skill with Trunks, and then specifically Vegeta's support for Trunks units, surely that means at some point, and I'm also hoping for it as well, I want them to be crazy, and it's one of my most anticipated EZAs. We will see the Blue Vegeta and Trunks EZA finally. It just makes sense with how well they will work with this LR. So fingers crossed it happens. On 12 key, we've got greatly raised attack and raised defense by 30%. So that's 50% attack for the turn, 30% defense for the turn. Then the 50% stack on attack causes Mega Cross damage to the enemy and raises allies' defense by 60% for one turn. Basically the opposite to Rose and Zamasu. 200% defense or attack and defense at the start of turn. Receives an additional Ki +2 per key sphere obtained. Per superclass ally or Future Saga category ally on the team. 50% attack and defense up to 150. Chance to evade enemies' attack and damage reduction rate 20% up to 60. I do quite like how they have both. Or Goku's kit has both dodge and damage reduction. So I really do like that kind of versatility. When all allies attacking in the same turn are superclass characters, or when there is another Future Saga category ally attacking in the same turn, guaranteed additional super, chance to evade by 20%, damage reduction rate of 10%. So that will take your dodge chance all the way up to 80%, which is very nice, where you can use it. Some stages do have dodge nullification still, don't forget. And you'll have a total of 70% damage reduction. But just having both on that level is just really, really good to have. Then when activating the active skill or when attacking with 18 or more Ki, 200% attack. Attacks are effective against all types. When receiving an attack, 180 defense. And then starting from the 4th turn, you can exchange with Vegeta. If you use Goku's active skill, not only do you raise attack by 300% temporarily and cause ultimate damage to the enemy, then 20% attack and defense, he can nullify attacks that are guaranteed to hit, making it possible to evade these attacks in battle. That is basically one of the best active skills in the whole game, and it's not temporarily. This isn't like a tech UI situation where it's as long as the domain is up. No, this is a guaranteed nullify of dodge cancellation. So if you're going to take any units into Blue Goku, maybe Universe Survival Saga against Jiren, you pop that active skill when you need it, when you're ready, or even just kind of as soon as you possibly can against Blue Goku in Red Zone. That's it. Dodge units are now usable again. AGL UI popping off. Tech UI popping off. You know, the EZA for Ken and Cauliflower popping off. So that's probably has to be one of the best active skills in the whole game. Major value on that active skill. Really do love that a lot. Just kind of a shame his animations aren't great. Vegeta's are really good. I'm not even saying that as a bias. But his active skill, one of the best. Just Goku's animations aren't that great, if we're being real. Anyway, Jeets on 12 key will greatly raise attack and defense by 50%. We do have that 40% lower on defense to enemies. Will massively raise attack and then raise defense by 30% for one turn. Big boy SA effect. He starts with Ki +7, 200% attack and defense, 50% chance to crit, 50% chance to dodge, 40% damage reduction. So we do lose a bit of the damage reduction and dodge, but we do have a bit more on base without having needing to do anything. Does start with Ki +3 and attack and defense of 80% for characters, also for the character and allies whose name includes Trunks. This is the support that makes me believe that the Vegeta and Trunks LR will be getting an EZA, because it just fits so well. Then as the third attacker in a turn, 150 attack guaranteed crit when attacking with 18 or more Ki, 250 attack and defense guaranteed additional super. When activating the active skill when attacking with 20 more Ki, 150 defense guaranteed additional super. Again, just like Rose and Zamasu, both kits are very nice. The Vegeta and Zamasu kits are very much loads of stats, unga bunga. Except this support here applies to Vegeta, whereas Rose had the support for Goku Black units. So you do kind of have reason to use them. Again, I think if Vegeta and Trunks do EZA, you have a bit more reason to switch into Vegeta. However, for the most part, you could just stay as Rose and Blue Goku on both these units, and you'd probably be better off for the most part. Just overall, and for the team. That said, it does make me speculate that Easy A for Vegeta and Trunks is coming. Fingers crossed, I really do hope so. On his active skill with the Father-Son Gallic Garment Trick's really sick. He will massive raise attack temporarily, cause ultimate damage to the enemy, guard all attacks, and Future Saga category allows 15% attack and defense, plus an additional defense of 10% for characters who also belong to Bond of Parent and Child for 4 turns. So you probably want to do this near the end, so you can kind of keep all of that, or when things start to get a bit techie. So for the most part, you do have reason to use Vegeta's kit, or switch into Vegeta, mainly for this. And then, of course, I mean, all of this stuff is also very good, but also then this. Again, if we get the Easy A, but Goku overall just seems a lot better performance-wise. And also he has the Vegeta Blue active skill, which the Vegito Blue active skill is absolutely sensational. I love it. The only downside animation-wise is indeed the Goku. It's that they splooged all the budget on Rose and Zamasu, the Fusion Zamasu active skill, then on Vegeta and Vegito, and then they were like, Goku came last and was like, oh, we've got no money left. So here you go. You can just have these. But overall, both two very, very good units. I think with how saucy Rose and Zamasu is, I can kind of forgive them for not having them fuse, because they are just that good to look at. So big fan of those. A lot of content coming tomorrow. I said, let me know who you're going to be summoning for first. Blue, Goku, and Vegeta, or Rose and Zamasu. Let me know your thoughts. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care. Have a great rest of your day. And post.